We're learning new information in a story we first told you about yesterday on 13 News Now. The Matthews County community is reacting to news that a volunteer church youth leader has been charged with sexually abusing a 15-year-old boy. A grand jury indicted Kenneth Scott Marshall this week. 13 News Now reporter Allie Weatherton has the story.
David, I talked to community members here in Matthews County. Some of them say they're not surprised by the charges against Marshall.
Hopefully he can't do this to another person again.
Reaction from those who knew 36-year-old Kenneth Scott Marshall.
Sickening, despicable.
According to the sheriff's office, authorities were notified of an incident involving a minor back in June. After a month-long investigation, the sheriff's office presented the evidence to a grand jury. That jury indicted Marshall, a volunteer youth leader, on 2 charges, including aggravated sexual battery of a minor and forcible sodomy of a minor through the use of mental incapacity or physical helplessness.
I'm happy that he's arrested. I'm happy he's off the street.
Marshall was involved with a local church. Cornerstone Fellowship released a statement saying, quote, Scott Marshall was a volunteer working with the youth at the church. Upon learning of the allegations in June, which did not occur at the church, he was immediately removed from his volunteer position and from any contact with our youth pending the outcome of the sheriff's investigation. Community members say they hope justice is served for the victim.
I hope it's served to the fullest extent to where I never have to see that face again on the streets.
In Matthews County, Allie Weatherton, 13 News Now.